Hey everybody, this is Coach Flo at FloBradley.com. I hope you're doing amazing. And if you're listening to my voice, it's because you want to learn how to read faster. Now, whether you're a stay-at-home mom who's juggling a bunch of kids, I am as well, and you maybe don't feel like you can read, but you know you need to. Maybe you're a student and you have to go through a lot of coursework, or maybe you're an entrepreneur, also like me, or a business professional, and you know that leaders are readers and you want to stay abreast of all of the awesome information that's out there, and you just feel like you don't have the time with all the other stuff that you're juggling. I get it, and this training is for you. So I have 5 tips for you. Let's jump right in, because I did promise this would be short. And I can't get into all the details with every little section, but I'll have a way for you to learn more about one of them. And the first one, actually, is photo reading. This is not a photo reading book, but I'm going to demonstrate a little bit with this book. Photo Reading by Paul R. Sheol. You can look him up on Amazon and look up the book on Amazon, but I had the privilege through a global mastermind that I'm a part of to learn from one of his certified instructors how to photo read, and it's been life-changing. So the gist of it is you don't really ever read anything, you take an impression of it. It's why you can read a stop sign really fast. You know exactly what it says. I can go on and on about it, but again, I don't have a lot of time. But you also want to take a book and have an intention with it. And this one is You're Broke Because You Want to Be. This is actually one of my my mentors that I'm learning from right now. He's a great storyteller and speaker, a seven-figure earner speaker. But maybe you're in debt, and one of the things that you want to do is get out of debt, right? Or maybe you're not in debt. Maybe you pick up this book because you want to learn different investment strategies. So if you aren't in debt, but you want to just learn different investment strategies, maybe you just want to go to that section of the book. So with photo reading, you want to have an intention with a book, and then you want to look at the table of contents and see which are important to you. And then you do this flipping method and a few other methods. Again, I'm not going to get into all the nuances of it, but you want to go, the main point is you don't necessarily read the entire book, but you do need an objective of why you're going in and looking at this book. So that's my first little tip. Second is sight reading or pointer reading. I used to be an actress, so I learned how to sight read, which I love. It's just capturing information really fast and reading it back in the mirror. It's how actresses audition for parts. But you don't need to do that, but it's probably why I'm actually good at this type of reading. But one of the things that you can do is use your finger or a pen, and you want to have the book up like this so that the light source is really on it and your eyes are really in an area where it can see the words perfectly. You don't want it down like this or reading like this or up like this. You want it angled like this, and you want to use a pen or your finger, and you're just sliding to keep your place. And as you do that, you're moving your head. There's other pieces in there, like not reading every word, because you kind of have an inference of what the next word should be. And it's going to enable you to read fiction really, really fast and still read the whole thing. So most of the book, other techniques are really great for nonfiction, but sometimes you want to read things for pleasure, but you just don't have time to do it. Flip reading or ultra reading. Larry Winget talks about flip reading, as well as Mark Hoverson talks about ultra reading. It's really setting a timer for 10 to 20 minutes. And basically, you're just selecting 10 to 15 books, get them from the library. I go to the library all the time. You don't have to buy the books. And you're literally just sitting there, and you're flipping through and getting ideas. Maybe a chapter stands out to you. You read that chapter. You set a timer again, and you use that information. So again, release the need to have to read the entire book. That's the big point about speed reading fast for your business, or maybe even, again, if you're learning something in school. Okay, retain reading / marking, and I'll just scoot down a little bit. But this is a copywriting book by Joseph Sugarman. It's really good. It was a recommendation to me. And I read this book in about 40 minutes, maybe, really, really fast, doing a hybrid of photo reading and pointer reading. But then I went back because I knew at the end there were these table of content, these exercises in the back. And I applied how this was going to affect my life or my business or people that I needed to connect with, my clients, I didn't waste time with needing to read every little sentence because I already knew that I'd be going back to each chapter more in depth. So one of my partners, his name's Jonathan Roach, we work in a boot camp together. He says he never reads books, he studies them. So I want you to have the mindset that you're studying them, you're never really going to put them down, and that they're going to be two purposes for them. And this comes from Ray Higdon, who's a guru in my niche. But he says you read for two reasons: to implement, so how it's going to implement in your life or your clients or whoever, or you teach it. So obviously I've learned a lot about reading fast. It's been great in my life. I can read 7-8 books a month sometimes. And how I'm able to do that is because of what I've learned, and I'm teaching you that now. So yay. And then you really retain it when you teach it. When you teach something, you retain it because you're putting it in your own words. And then lastly, audiobooks. So I'm about to liberate y'all right now because sometimes people are like, that's not real reading. Robin Sharma, who is brilliant, and he's the 5 a.m. club. So if you get to see people getting up at 5 a.m., it's his fault because he's the one who kind of championed that. Even though Benjamin Franklin, his early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. He's been doing that for a minute too, way before. But you can listen to books. And how I do it, and again, I put it down because I'm dropping things, is I do it in the morning, like at 5 in the morning, and I'm just listening to an audiobook while I'm still kind of asleep and I'm waiting for my kids to get up. And I'll also do it not with that, but just as I'm in the car or making lunches. So I'm like combining things, maybe taking a run. It's good to run, builds or exercise. It builds your frontal lobe, gets you ideas. And you having this positive content or information going into your brain as you're moving, you're bound to have a great day, especially if you do that in the morning. So that's it. I wanted to keep this pretty short. I hope you've enjoyed these tips. I do want to give you more. So if you would like to learn more about photo reading specifically or sight reading in my mastermind, we're about to relaunch our year-long program, and it's actually free for the first, I think, 5 weeks, no obligation or anything like that. I think it's $1 or something ridiculous just to kind of get access. But it's incredible, and it really has been life-changing. 7-figure earner is incredible mentor to me, Mark Januszewski. You can look him up. But if you'd like information, just click on that link below. And definitely subscribe to my newsletter. I have a little gift and a giveaway for you if you want to do that too. But until next time, remember to embrace the beauty of your life journey. Mwah! And we'll see you soon.